generations of Ezra's family line there, and it wasn't those Cajun names that we're used to, but you did very well with that, and putting feeling and emphasis in the right places. That's good. And handling the Bible, you could have laid it on here, but typically in a field ministry we're holding it. It's nothing wrong in doing it that way, but this is what we practice for. We practice for the ministry, so you did fine with that. So 305, you didn't rush through it. That's good. So we enjoyed hearing from you, and we look forward to hearing from you your next assignment. Now I want to go ahead now to our number 2 talks. It's the Mia Goche, and Jacob Goche is going to be assisting her with this talk. And her theme is how Jesus demonstrated his worthiness to rule as king. Now, her setting is she's reasoning with a child. So let's listen in on how she develops that.
So Jake, do you see all those white horses?
Yes.
And who is that there sitting on that horse?
Jesus.
And what is he wearing on his head?
A crown.
That's right, he's wearing a crown because Jehovah made him king of his kingdom. Now, in this book, we learned about many good kings, and we learned about some bad kings too, huh?
Yeah.
So how do we know that Jesus will make a good king?
I don't know.
Well, why don't we go to page 71, and it's about a paradise. God promises a paradise. Isn't that a pretty picture, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to find out is Jesus is going to do all these good things for us, but we want to know, how can we be sure that he can do all these things? So look at the picture. Tell Mama what you see. What is that little boy riding right there?
An elephant.
An elephant. And you see all the animals. And what is that little girl playing with?
The fish.
The fish. Isn't that a pretty picture?
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you notice what's in this lady's basket right here?
Food.
Food. Because in paradise, they're going to have a lot of people, and so we're going to need enough food to eat, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do we know Jesus can do this? Well, do you remember that story in the Bible when Jesus fed over 5,000 people with just 2 loaves of bread and 5 fish? Remember that story?
Yeah.
Well, let Mama read you a scripture about that. John 6:13. John 6:13 says, "Therefore they gathered them together, and they filled 12 baskets with fragments from the 5 barley loaves, which were left over by those who had eaten." So everybody got to eat, and they had some left over. So do you think in paradise we'll have to worry about having enough food to eat?
No.
No, I don't think so either. Now let's look at this picture again. And there's something that we don't see in here. Do you see any sick people in there?
No.
No, I don't see one sick person. And how can that be? Well, Jesus will heal all sick people. But how do we know he can do that? Well, let's go back to the Bible at Matthew 4:23 and see what this says. It says, "Then he went around throughout the whole of Galilee, teaching in their synagogues and preaching the good news of the kingdom, and curing or healing every sort of disease and every sort of infirmity among the people." So Jesus healed so many people when he was on earth. And why did he do that?
Because he loved people.
That's right, he loved people. And he wanted us to have faith in him that when he was king, that he would heal all the sick people. And he even will wake up those that have died. And how do we know that? Well, you know your favorite story in the Bible storybook? When he woke up that little girl that had died? What did he tell her?
Girl, get up.
Girl, get up. Only 3 words, and he woke her up. Just think about those that died that we miss and we want to see again. Like my daddy and my mom from Chasson. Won't that be wonderful?
Yes.
Yes, it will. Now, let's look at this picture again. Do you see any bad people in this picture?
No.
No, me neither. And in paradise, there won't be any bad people. But how do we know Jesus can do that? Well, when Jesus was king, made king in heaven, he kicked Satan and his demons right out of heaven, cleaned it up. And he'll do that for us on earth too. No bad people. So let me ask you something. Do you think that Jehovah made the right choice when he made Jesus king? Okay. Now, we want to get into paradise, and how do we do that? We do what's on this last page. What are they doing?
to read the same Bible storybook as us, and they have a Bible.
That's right, they're learning about Jehovah, and that's what we need to do. We learn about Jehovah, and we listen to him. We'll get to be in paradise, and we'll get to see all the good things that Jesus will do as king. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Sister Goche and Jake. We enjoyed that very much.